Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Elisabetta, an Italian watercolor artist, and today we're talking about green gold PY129. I have been absent from the channel, and I will also be more absent than in the past for two reasons. One is that I'm very busy because the academic year is starting and I teach marketing in two different private colleges and I'm preparing the lessons. I'm super busy, so I don't have much time left, but once started and prepared the slides, I'll be back in a more regular way. The second reason is that I have been really sad and anguished and very heartbroken about the latest facts in Israel. So I didn't feel like talking about pigments. Seems to be a little shallow, futile, but I think we need some beauty in our lives, so I'm back talking about watercolor. I couldn't even paint for a few days, but now I'm back. Okay, so let's talk about something more cheerful. We're talking about PY129, which is green gold, a wonderful color. I have this Rembrandt version in my palette, and it's great for mixing, for glazing. It's great for spring foliage, and it gives unexpected mixes. It's a green that in mustard that dilutes into a very transparent cold yellow, and let's find out, let's discover it. You might ask yourself, how come I have all these versions of green gold? I ask myself absolutely the same questions, where I have a database in Excel where I keep track of all my watercolors, and I was really surprised that I had all these tubes of one pigment that it is also not a must-have, but I buy colors when they are on sale, so that's why I have through time collected so many green golds. We start from Winsor & Newton. You know that Winsor & Newton is the brand I like to start with, because for me it's a slightly benchmark. I consider it benchmark. It's the first time I swatch other brands than Rembrandt. I don't know why. I have the feeling, not true, I have also used Lukas, but I have the feeling that they will look very much the same. Let's see if I'm wrong or if I'm right. So you see, it's a beautiful muted green, moss green, that dilutes into a very transparent yellow. Consider also that this color is very light fast. So it's a color that is increasing its popularity, and you don't find it in ready-made palettes, ready-made watercolor sets, but more and more artists are using it. I find even on YouTube, I think you find quite a few reviews of this pigment. Then, of course, we go to Daniel Smith, and it's called rich green gold because they have a green gold, but it's not this pigment, it's a multi-pigment. Daniel Smith. Maybe I have put more color here. It's a brownish green here in mustard. I might have used more color. Here. I find it very similar. This is slightly more brownish, but I have used more color. Maybe I can add slightly more color here to see if I reach the same intensity. It's still wet. No, it's definitely more greenish, this one, you see? It's more moss. I hope you can see it on screen. This is definitely more brownish and this is definitely more greenish. I like the Winsor & Newton version better, but let's wait until they dry. As I said, they also have a green gold, but it is a multi-pigment, and this is PY129, rich green gold. Then I have my go-to Rembrandt. You know that I like Rembrandt because it has a very, very interesting, always value for money, excellent quality and honest price, which I think are valuable assets for a brand. And it's more similar to the Winsor & Newton. Here. Oh, I love this color. Very similar to Winsor & Newton. Now, Maimeri, an Italian brand, Verde Oro, so very easy to find here in Italy. A brand that I'm using more and more and more. Here. So far, except for Daniel Smith, I don't see a lot of difference across brands. Maybe we should wait until they dry, but so far, they're very much the same. Very, very much the same. So, then I have Szmal, but you know what? I will reactivate it, and then I will wait until it reactivates, to be fair, and I'll go to Core Green Gold. It's an interesting color, don't you think? Once again, a very similar hue, a color that is almost identical, I would say, across brand, which means buy the one that you find and that is cheaper, maybe. That belongs to our final conclusion. Lukas, most of my followers hate it. I really don't mind it. I love having such a chunky tube. It makes me feel reassured. It's like having your kitchen full of food in a cold winter season. And so I know that I will have for a long time paint. I like this feeling. I probably lived a war in a previous life. Lukas. I don't know why people hate Lukas so much. I find it very honest performing brand, actually. I like it. It belongs to Fila Group, the same group that owns Maimeri and Rowney, but they're not made in the same factory, so there might be differences. Rowney, made in the UK, such an underrated brand. I really like Rowney. Just came back from England. I was hoping to find Rowney, but it's not easy to find. I found a lot of Winsor & Newton and Daniel Smith, which is American. And this is Rowney PY129. Some are more greenish, some are more brownish. Now that it's starting to dry, you can see a slight difference across brands. Maybe we can now go with Szmal. Szmal is so easy to re-wet. It's a pleasure to spread Roman Szmal on paper. The dispersion on paper is fantastic, really fantastic. Wonderful paint. Only wish they had tubes, maybe one day. I love full pens, but I would really love to have tubes. Old Holland, these vintage, so outdated tubes. I really love them. They're so not trying to be cool, so authentic, so themselves. Lot of personality. I like colors with personality. Very nice as usual. Old Holland is very nice brand. Maybe price is very high in where you live, but I bought it during a sale in the Netherlands and came at very nice price. Now, roll the drums. I have Wallace Seymour, this handmade vintage watercolor I bought in England, and it is the first time I swatch a color by them. Okay. Wallace Seymour, handmade paint made in England. Apparently wonderful paint. They have a very wide range of watercolor, and it's really a jewel for collector. And here again is PY129, and it's a bit streaky actually, but the color is beautiful. And I think I can add 3 more colors that might belong to the same family. And one is Style de Grain by Della Magna, NY14. This is Della Magna. See, it's a cold greenish yellow. It's not too different. Oh, it re-wets so well. I haven't reactivated, but it's not so different. So this is Della Magna. On Della Magna website, it says that like many historic pigments, it's not light fast, but it's still very beautiful. So just be aware, it's not light fast, but beautiful. Then I have Orient Green by Rosa Gallery, not very similar. It's a multi-pigment with PG7, PY150. It's like a May green, different definitely. And then Style de Grain by Sennelier, brown pink. It's called brown pink, but Sennelier Style de Grain, brown pink. Always a greenish yellow, and this is PBR23, PG7 and PY50, so this is more brownish. I think that the most similar is this Style de Grain. It's called Buckthorn Yellow, I think in English, Style de Grain. And here we are, we let this dry, and in the meantime we do some mixes, our favorite part. Okay, for the mixes I will use Lukas because it's so big I can waste it. As usual I will use my Rubens small set, Paul Rubens, and I will mix it with different colors. Okay, so I will start with Pale Orange. Perilene Scarlet PR123. Beautiful orange, great for skin tones. This is Anthraquinone Red, Quinacridone Violet, Dioxazine Violet, the Pure Green Gold, Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Prussian Blue, Yellow Ochre, Coal Black PBK7, Burnt Sienna PBR7, Queen Magenta, okay, now I will let these dry and I will come back. Yes, this is dry almost totally. I could wait until tomorrow, but I want to finish this today, Sunday afternoon. Then I want to just relax a little after a tough week. So the first conclusion is that these colors are very much the same. The most brownish is Daniel Smith, the Gold PY129. And the most greenish, I think, is this Jale Rowney. Otherwise, they're all very much the same. I suggest, as I mentioned before, that this is a great color to have. I really recommend it, but because there is not a huge difference among brands, just buy what's cheaper, your favorite brand, what's available in your art supply store. It won't make a big difference. Believe me, if you add it to your watercolor palette, you're going to use it very, very much in landscapes, in botanical, in portrait. It's really a passepartout. I enjoy having this, especially in landscapes. I must say, even if you have a meadow, a field of grass, and then you just glaze some here and there, this green gold, the effect is wonderful because it's great for glazing. It's my favorite way to use it is glazing. Really nice color. These substitutes are not really perfect substitutes. The Style de Grain by Della Magna is really beautiful, but be aware this is not light fast, whereas green gold is really light fast. The Wallace Seymour is more textured. Can you see? I don't mind it at all. I think it's nice because it has a lot of texture. It's handmade, and handmade colors often are not as smooth and performing and easy to use as big brands. But even Lukas, the so not loved Lukas, I think is very, very beautiful. So could be really good value for money. While we wait for this to dry, I will just paint the colors that I have used. This is PO73. PY42. I haven't had, why not, phthalo green PG7 here. It's a good idea, I think. Let's talk about the mixes. I think they're all very interesting. I remind you, we're starting from PY129, green gold, muted green that dilutes into a very transparent cold yellow, light yellow. So if we mix it with orange, we get a warm orange. Look, this is salmon orange. It goes into a much more interesting warm orange. Almost, I think you could obtain almost a quinacridone burnt orange if you insist more. I'll try to add more color and see if I can get a quinacridone burnt orange. Look how beautiful it becomes. Wow, such a warm, beautiful color. This is a wonderful mix. It just makes it this orange, which I don't particularly like. If you add this green, it becomes a wonderful burnt orange. Great, great mix. Perilene Scarlet. This maybe could be diluted into skin color, but it would be very interesting for flowers, I think, and to a touch of colors in landscapes. Less interesting, this PY127 Anthraquinone Red. Bizarre with Quinacridone Violet. Very interesting with Dioxazine Violet PV23. Just darkens this yellow into a gloomy, muted green. The three greens that I obtain with the blues, respectively Cobalt, Ultramarine and Prussian, are very vibrant, colder spring greens, and the one with PB28 granulates in a lovely manner. With yellow ochre, it just makes yellow ochre more pleasant to the eye, I think, more yellowish from this to this. Really nice effect. I like this mixture very much. If you are not totally persuaded about your yellow ochre, if you find it too dull, you can make it golden by adding this golden green. The black is not completely dry, but it's very interesting. Look at this. Really a muted green, very interesting, and very nice for landscapes, I think, this one. With burnt sienna, this is absolutely very much like Quinacridone Gold. I think you can easily replace Quinacridone Gold, mixing burnt sienna and gold green. Gold green really adds a touch of gold to any color you mix with. Same with Quinacridone Magenta, perfect skin color. I really love this mix. And with Phthalo, it's a bit of an artificial green. So what can I say? Just it's such a versatile color. You can use it on your own, but I think that this color gives its best when mixed, because there is a wonderful glow, and it really adds a touch of glow, a beautiful warm glow to any color you mix it with. So this is just to let you know that yesterday, after the mixes, I have sketched a very quick portrait, just a very quick portrait, because I had some leftover green gold, so I have to use it for skin tone, mixing it with the Perilene Scarlet from Paul Rubens. Then I have added some Dioxazine Violet, some burnt sienna, some ultramarine blue for shadows and gray. And here I have used Anthraquinone Red, so what they call Madder Red, mixed with some green gold always to desaturate it and mix it down. And here for shadows I have added a little phthalo green, which for me, if it is like a sort of primary green. It doesn't exist, of course, primary green, but if it existed for me, it would be phthalo green. So just wanted to point out that I think it's a magnificent skin color, mixing red with green gold. Really beautiful. As usual, I'm waiting for your comment. Did you know this color before? Is it in your palette? How do you use it? Your favorite mixes, your favorite brand? Please do let me know, and I will answer to everyone, because that's the best part. Talking within the community, this enriches the channel so much. Thanks a lot for having watched this with me. I'll see you soon, not so soon because I'm very busy, but thanks for being patient, and ciao ciao. Ciao ciao.